Are you gutsy? Do you have big dreams, big goals? Maybe even some people have told you that they are crazy goals. Gutsy Travels. We are a travel show with a twist. We have inspiring interviews with gutsy people. People around the country who have been gutsy. This is where you want to be. Be inspired to be gutsy yourself. This is our playground.
Oh my God, that baby is so cute.
Here at Stagecoach Trails. Welcome to another episode of Gutsy Travels and Gutsy Living Moments. Today we are here at Stagecoach Trails Guest Ranch in Yucca, Arizona, and I am here to meet with Karla Keeter. Welcome, Karla.
Hi, thanks. Good to be with you today.
Good to be with you as well. So we're here checking out the ranch for a retreat that we're planning for in February of 2023. Check it out. It is what the website says. So that's a good thing.
It is. This is an amazing place.
And we will have this entire retreat for ourselves. Beautiful lodge where we'll spend a bit of time. Oh, and that safe right there, the bank safe, it's actually not a vault or a safe. It's a refrigerator. How creative. A little warm out here.
Yeah, oof. It's warm for a Minnesota girl.
And now you're in Arizona,
yes.
Yucca, Arizona. And it is quite warm, but it is quite pretty. You can see behind us some of the ranch. And we did find out from the owner, JP, that all the stagecoaches here are real. They come from the original owners, and they have them all over the ranch as well.
They even have stagecoaches you can stay in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it had a nice big bed in it and a couple of bunk beds in it.
And air conditioning.
And air conditioning. Uh-huh. That was Yucca, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, so. That was pretty cool. I wanted to, we've gotten to know each other, and I know that you have been really gutsy in your life, and I wanted you to share your story with our viewers. Can you tell us when you were gutsy?
I feel like I'm somebody who's always been gutsy, but 25 years ago, almost to the day, I was diagnosed with ovarian and uterine cancer, and I'm telling you what, if you're ever going to be gutsy, you're going to be gutsy when you hear the C word. I was diagnosed with uterine cancer and went into surgery and came out and was coming out of anesthesia, and I heard the phone ring and I heard my husband tell somebody on the phone that they also found ovarian cancer. And I remember that day laying on that hospital bed and the tears literally dripping into my ears.
Wow.
Because I'd only ever known one person at that time who had ovarian cancer, and it was Gilda Radner. Rosanna Dana,
right,
who I idolized. I loved to be funny, and I think she is the most genius comic ever there was. And so I thought, I'm going to die, just like Rosanna Dana did. And so that's a time when you really pull up your bootstraps and figure out how to be gutsy, how how to live in those uncertain days when you're sort of full of fear and wonder what the future holds.
Yeah. And you were full of fear.
I was. And I remember people asking and little kids saying, "Car Heeter, are you going to die?" And so, ovarian cancer doesn't have a very good survival rate, but here I am 25 years later, living the dream.
Oh, awesome. And I'm so glad you're here because now we get to work together.
Yes,
I love it. Okay. So you had lots of challenges during that time frame. Absolutely. Totally understand. Can you tell us about the biggest challenge that you dealt with? The biggest challenge?
I think at that time, the biggest challenge was lack of energy. If you knew me back then and even now, I'm somebody with a lot of energy. I'm known as somebody with a lot of enthusiasm and loads of endless energy. And I didn't have it for a period of time during chemotherapy and sometime afterwards. And so the biggest challenge was not being able to be in life, to see the people I love and to do the things I wanted to do. And that was a time where I felt literally so lonely. And I know today people deal with loneliness a lot, but when you are sick or battling something like cancer, no matter how many people rally around you and how loved you feel, it still feels really alone because it's only you right then that's battling that. So I think that's what was most difficult at that time, was feeling weak and not being able to do all the things I wanted to do, of which the list is long.
Sure. And that's a big challenge to be working with. And has that affected you moving forward in the rest of your life, even to today?
It's affected me in a big way, and it's a positive thing. And sometimes it's not such a great thing because I'm so driven to do all the things I've always wanted to do. And I suffer sometimes a little bit from FOMO, from fear of missing out. Like if I'm horseback riding, I think I should be ATVing, or if I'm speaking at something, I think I should be traveling to another state. And so I even though it's been 25 years, I still have this thing in the back of my mind that when is the day that I'm diagnosed with cancer again and we'll be back in that situation. So the positive is it's given me that impetus, that motivation, that desire to, like you would say, to be gutsy and do all the things I've always wanted to do and to do them with gusto. And the negative thing is it's kind of always in the back of your mind of, how much time do I have? Do I have enough time to do all the things I really want to do?
But it's pushing you. It's driving you to take advantage of things and not say, oh, maybe next year.
Yes.
You do it now.
I do.
You do this year.
Yes.
And that way you're living life.
I am. And likewise, I think you and I have had this conversation. I'm newly retired and I still feel like I have so much to offer that I want to be doing the kind of things that we're partnering on and making a difference in the lives of women and other people through retreats or conversations or whatever that is. And so I have a lot to offer yet.
Yay. And you're around to do it.
Yes.
Because if you weren't around, we wouldn't have met.
That's true.
We did.
Yes.
And so you beat it.
Yeah.
You're living life fully.
Exactly.
And you're being gutsy.
I'm being gutsy.
You know what? Let's go continue walking because this place is big.
It is.
I want to better understand how you define gutsy. What does gutsy mean to you?
Well, gutsy to me means having the courage to live the life you've always imagined, to do all the things you've always wanted to do or dreamt about doing, and making a plan to do that. Sometimes we always say, someday I'm gonna, or I really wanna, or wouldn't it be fun to? I think being gutsy is taking the leap and doing all those things, living life to the fullest.
Yes, I so agree. Thank you for that.
Discover My Inside Story was created to help you discover who you were meant to be through powerful self-discovery opportunities and life-changing experiences. We offer retreats, seminars, and workshops along with destination experiences for both men and women. We're continuously planning new retreats, so click on our website and make a plan to discover who you were meant to be. We welcome you on this journey to discover who you are and to love what you find.
We are getting set up for a retreat here in February 2023.
Yes, that we expect to be life-changing for other women, to help them head in the direction of doing all the things or experiencing all the things they've always wanted to experience, and to give them an opportunity to spend time, social time, to connect with people they love. So they should bring a friend, a mom, a sister, a neighbor, or their whole circle of friends.
And they'll meet new people from all around the country.
Yes.
Who knows? Possibly
Exactly.
the world.
Yes,
To come here because we can fit 40 people.
we can. Yes.
And we're taking the whole ranch.
Yes.
Reserving the whole ranch. It'll just be for us ladies, and we will be able to do things like ATV, Humvees. We can go hiking, horseback riding. There's archery. There's barrel racing. What else? There's a pool.
Yes, there's a pool, which would be great today, but we didn't bring our suits.
No.
The other thing I want to say is that social connections are so incredibly important. And when you travel with someone, you have a shared experience that nobody else has. And that makes your bond and your relationship even stronger. So doing something like this with somebody that you love, your best friend, your mom, your sister, whatever that is, will make you live longer. And I'll tell you more about that if you come to the retreat.
Yes, indeed. And more of what we will be doing is some self-awareness. There's a really very cool tool that we're all going to learn and use, so we have more of an understanding of who we are and why we do some of the things we do and why some other people do what they do.
Exactly.
So it helps us to understand them. Also, learning more about setting those goals that you mentioned, and then how to activate those goals and plan ahead, come up with an action plan, and do daily activities so that you can achieve those goals quicker and faster than you ever thought possible. And in the meantime, have some fun. Meet some ladies, explore the desert. What advice would you give to someone who maybe is going through something similar to what you did, or knows someone? What advice would you give them to help them be gutsy?
You know, I think my first piece of advice would be to know what you want. It's almost like the bucket list deal, to figure out what you want out of life and go after it. If you don't know what you want, you can't get there. Not having goals or plans for your life is going on a trip without a roadmap. You're going to get somewhere, but is that where you really want to be? So I think it's important to have a plan, to have a list, maybe to even prioritize what you want out of life, what you want to experience, and head in that direction. The other lesson is that there's no substitute for hope. When we have no hope, we have no hope. And so in any given situation that tests you or tries you or causes you to have to be your gutsiest self, never lose hope, because hope is really all we have.
It's one of the things they say about human beings. We can have hope.
We can.
And hope is such a powerful, healing way of living.
It is, and it's all right up here. It's a decision we make to have hope or not to. And so I say choose hope.
I would agree with you.
Yes.
And your hope helped you to be here 25 years later.
Absolutely.
we are going to go into the gift shop, which has lots and lots of hats, some jewelry, some home decor. I think I'm going to be picking up a hat here. And the STGR, Stagecoach Guest Ranch. That was Karla Keeter, cancer survivor, big believer in making things happen. She survived cancer. That was 25 years ago. And ever since then, she has lived life to the fullest. She has been gutsy. And she is driven to live a full life now. She has hope. She had hope 25 years ago that she would survive the cancer, and it worked. She continues now to live with hope and a little bit of humor. Karla Keeter, believer in the possibilities. And you can do that too. What do you hope for? What are your big dreams? Having hope and taking action is how we make a full life, a gutsy life. And you can too. Think about, make that list of what you want to do and get done. Have hope and take action to make those dreams come true. And if you enjoyed this episode of Gutsy Travels, click below to subscribe so you'll know when we launch the next episode. Oh, speaking of which, where am I going next? I get that question all the time. I don't know. I guess you'll just have to watch and see. See you being gutsy down the road. What?